Welcome to Manga Experts. We are back with another top 10 recommendation list. If you like our videos, please leave a like and a comment of your favorite suggestions below. Without any further ado, let's get started. Number 10. Avant-Garde Covert Agent. Everything that happens from now on is a coincidence. Never dream for such miracle to reoccur. After the ancient kingdom, Ju Xin has perished, the only surviving avant-garde covert agent, Mun Su, travels about the world, judging the evil. Main character roams the land and punishes the evil and corrupt lords. This manhwa also has an anime adaptation. It is quite good, but it is not recommended for people with weak hearts, because things can become a little bit dark sometimes. Number 9. Magical Shooting Sniper of Steel. Kang Yi-chan is a member of Republic of Korea Special Forces. During the mission, he faced enemies in order to save his comrades. He was isolated alone in the operational area of the mission. It had been several days since he had faced the enemy without being able to sleep and waiting for rescue to come for him. But in the end, he saw the bazooka flying over the hill. He realized that it was the end of his life and then fainted. When he regained consciousness and the main character wakes up in a fantasy world, he has some guns and ammo. The overall concept is very cool, but the execution lacks some major elements. The characters so far are a little bit edgy, other than that this manhwa has got some potential in the future. Number 8. Estio. A black-haired beast looked at him with glowing yellow eyes and asked him, "Are you the one who called me?" Estio was born as the youngest son of a farmer, but everyone hated him. He was a child who could read the hearts of people and animals. He was called a cursed child. He finally turned 19, and it was now time for his coming-of-age ceremony. Now starts Estio's journey to find happiness. Estio has a very upright personality. The world Estio encounters is full of small but cute and sometimes sad adventures. It's a bit slow and frustrating at times, but this is actually really good. Number 7. Lord of the Mysteries. This manhwa is more similar to I Am Not the Demon King's Lackey. The character performs ritual and gets transmigrated in a new world inside the body of a student who has just freshly committed suicide. This world is brimming with mystery and fantasy, and the reason why the original owner of his body committed suicide is a mystery. It is quite good. This world is a little bit different from the isekai worlds we are used to, so there are a lot of explanations for things which can get boring sometimes. It is good, but only read it if you can read a ton of dialogues without any fighting. This is more of a mystery manhwa with a decent plot. Number 6. There Was a Hero. A hero and his party bravely ventured forth to defeat evil and meet L, the Lieutenant General of the Demon Army who looks more like Charizard from Pokemon. L's sole life goal is to be killed by the hero so he can have a comfortable afterlife. But his unfortunate adversary is actually just a weakling who gets killed in one hit. One by one the adventurers fall, leaving their pregnant mage, Laffy, the only survivor. Laffy is in need of a new father for her child, and since L's dream of being slain by the original hero has gone up in smoke, he decides he'll just have to raise a better one himself. A demon who knows nothing about parenting, a shrewd but inexperienced mother, and Dino, the cutest baby hero ever. What adventures await this odd little family? This is one of the best comedic manhwas that take place in a fantasy medieval world. The art is cute and fit for this type of manhwa. The comedy is top-notch. The characters are all funny and likable. Number 5. Talent-Swallowing Magician. Elric Melvinger is the sole heir of the prestigious magic family. Though he possessed innate talent, he had too much talent, and such could not learn magic. However, he then received a blessing left by his ancestors. He can use this blessing to keep accumulating demons within himself and achieve new magic. He wants to reach a height so high that no one will ever reach him. This one is actually pretty solid fantasy manhwa. The art is pleasing to the eyes. The main character is calm and collective. The story has a kick to it. The main character can receive powers by absorbing high-grade demon kings. MC is smart and kind on one side and cunning and brutal on the other side. Number 4. Legendary youngest son of the Marquis House. Main character overthrew the Tolkien Empire, a single nation that dominated the continent. He had always succeeded in gaining victory. He had accomplished all he needed to do and was satisfied. That's why he accepted my approaching death. He no longer had a reason to live, and so his heart stopped beating. However, when he opened his eyes, he was again a boy with short, black hair. He realized that he had returned to the time filled with many regrets. The story at first seems like a generic regressor or political drama, but it has a lot of depth to it. Pacing is nice and slow. Art is super lit. Every single character has a thinking cycle behind the things they do. The personality of the main character is very likable. He acts like how a real human would act in those situations. This feature gives the main character more charm. There is also a revenge theme in it. The main character is also ruthless. Give this a try, you will not regret it. Number 3. White Dragon Duke, Pendragon. Born as the successor of a low-ranking noble household, Raven Vartan wears the sin of plotting a rebellion against the Empire. To be granted amnesty, he was sent to fight demons alongside the worst core of the Empire, the Demon Core. Most say that it is a place where most won't survive for even a year, but Raven somehow managed to survive for 10. When his amnesty was in front of his eyes, on his last battlefield, he met the successor of the Pendragon Duke household, Alan Pendragon. Art of this manhwa is as sweet as a cake. The fight scenes are juicy. The overall world building is also on point. The story is very good. There are also some minor kingdom building elements here and there. I highly recommend giving this a try. Number 2. Worthless Regression. An ordinary middle schooler, Lee Sung-min, is summoned to this world called Area. He endures for dozens of years with no talents or powers, and makes it through all kinds of hardships to survive, but dies miserably in the end. However, before he dies, he regresses back to the past after obtaining the Stone of the Past Life by chance, and gains the opportunity to start his life anew. Yet, he still lives a life without any talents, having nothing. Although he can't approach the geniuses around him due to the wall surrounding them, as well as feeling inferior, he moves forward step by step with firm determination, never giving up. No matter what, he is gonna live a better life than his previous one even if he has to struggle. There are many regressor type manhwas, but this is a very unique one. Main character is talentless, but he still struggles to become better. His whole journey is filled with emotions to the brim. The art of this manhwa is quite good. It shines the most during fight scenes. All characters are unique and some of them even have great personalities. The world building is massive. The plot moves at a nice and slow pace. The story has a kick of originality to it. This is a highly recommended regressor type manhwa. Number 1. Epic of Gilgamesh. Teludia was on her way to become a knight within the order when she was unexpectedly kicked out for breaking too many weapons and eating too much. But that doesn't mean she should stand idly by when she witnesses an old man about to be attacked by a band of robbers. Luckily for her, because she was a second too late, the old man did not need saving. It's Teludia that needs saving. Much older than his appearance suggests, Teludia rekindles a long-lost memory in him, and he decides to repay her for her efforts by finding a cure for her disease with promises of food, of course. Thus begins their journey to bring life to one and long-awaited peace to the other. The story of this manhwa is marvelous and the whole world building is massive and executed perfectly. The only downside of this manhwa is the art, other than that it is nothing less than masterpiece. Give this a try if you want to go on a ride in a fantasy world full of emotions and epicness. Do you agree with our picks? Check out our other videos for more suggestions and don't forget to give us a like before going. Until then, take care and we will see you in our next video.